Hello, Everpony. Prince Alagorn of Equilonia here, and I'm just checking in on some things real quick. First of all, in regard to Grimdark Month, I am currently working on it, and clearly I'm gonna have to truncate some of my plans for it, as initially the plan this year was to try to review like every single lost episode style creepypasta fic that I could find for MLP. And even if I had started on time, that wasn't going to happen because there's an awful lot of them. I didn't even realize it. There's even some for G3, which I would have loved to have reviewed because G3 is so banally non-offensive that I don't think it's possible to make it scary, but certainly the effort would have been worth a giggle or two. On top of that, as for episode reviews, I'm just so far behind at this point that I'm just going to say I will get to them when I get to them. I do want to review this last episode that just came out here real soon because, yeah, as you know, big things happened in it that I feel I'd have some real good material to work with. As for Brotherhooves Social, that particular episode I don't think I'm going to do a review on. For one simple reason. That episode has caused a lot of controversy. And I know that if I did a review, I'd feel like I'd have to weigh in on the controversy. And I don't really want to, because I don't want a flame war in the comments section. And on top of that, myself as a non-transgendered individual, I don't feel I have the life experience to properly make that kind of commentary. And the last thing I want to do is invalidate the opinions of any transgendered individuals that may have been offended by that particular episode. What I will say is I think there's been far too much douchebaggery on both sides of the coin. Too many people trying to invalidate opinions instead of listening to each other and trying to come to understanding. I think there's valid points to be made on both sides, and my own personal opinion is I think the reaction has been a little bit too extreme on both ends. There are problematic points to that episode. There are parts where it's purely playing up the men in dresses trope, and they're not good. But I think the people, the reactionaries, the anti-critics, also have points that the judges didn't care that Big Mac was in a dress. What they actually cared about is he was so into trying to impress Apple Bloom and bond with her that he basically tried to stomp a bunch of fillies and showed an utter contempt for the rules of sportsmanship. And basically, while the episode made use of the men in dresses trope, and that's certainly problematic, that wasn't the main thrust of the episode. So I'm kind of in the middle ground here. I kind of see both sides of the issue. But again, I don't feel it's my place to comment as a non-transgendered individual. So I'm going to avoid that episode. What I just said counts as my review. It's a 3.5-star episode that has a good heart, gave some good development to Big Mac, finally got him away from the yep and nope stereotype that he was becoming, the stupid gag character, and finally gave him more of a voice again. And it was good, but let's not pretend that there weren't some problems with it. So that's my review of Brotherhooves Social right there. Now, on top of that, sorry, I need, give me just a second. I accidentally broke my headphone last night trying to record this because I got interrupted and got frustrated and just threw it on the bed hard enough to snap that little part off. So if the volume gets a little bit dull for a second, just hold on. Okay, so to finish up this update, I've got some new stuff that just came in. Let's see what some of this is. Okay, this one I already know what it is, and god damn it, Books A Million, you don't need this much packaging for what it is. I guess when you're like the last big bookseller besides Barnes & Noble and you took over Borders' position, you can afford to be this fucking wasteful. Alright, so. Oh man, are you fucking joking with all of this? All of this. Oh, what do we got here? Yep. See, the problem is there's like 3 major fandoms on Tumblr right now that all kind of bleed together. MLP, Gravity Falls, and Steven Universe. It was inevitable that I was going to buy this because it's inevitable that if you're in one fandom, you're exposed to the other 2. So you kind of have to get used to Steven Universe. And honestly, that's not a bad thing. Steven Universe is freaking fantastic. And the arc they're doing now with Peridot is very good. I suggest that if you think that MLP is capable of some deeper storylines and has some interesting characters, check out Steven Universe. You will not be disappointed with that show. Now, on to the other one. This one's from Amazon. Amazon's a lot smarter with their packaging. I don't even need the knife to open this. Alright. So let's just rip this open. And unfold. And... oh. So, eventually, I will finally get to this because I've seen some of the spoilers. But I don't know how we get from point A to point B. But it looks like it's going to be a fun journey. And also, Sunset Shimmer. It's funny how she went from everyone's like most hated villain to now being everyone's waifu. But let's face it, Happy Sunset Shimmer is adorable. Now, this, woohoo, yep, they finally came out with it. The Art of Equestria, the MLP art book. Yay! I've actually had that on pre-order for about 4 months now. So, I've been waiting for that one. So, yeah, I'm going to start with Grimdark Month here probably in the next day or so. I already got the first story planned. Oh yeah, I didn't even discuss what we're actually going to be reviewing this month. First First of all, like I said, I needed to truncate my plans. So here's the four fics for sure that we're going to be reviewing. First is going to be pinky.jpg, because I've been wanting to make comment on that story for months now. Second is going to be the Lost Discord episode. Yeah, I got a lot of things to say about that one. Third one is one I have not read yet, so I don't know what to expect with it. It's MLP Season 3 Ep 14.avi, which I'm hoping is not the other Season 3 Episode 14 fic that I saw, which is The Return of King Sombra. Because if it is, oh boy, yeah, that's going to be fun. And lastly, Cupcakes, the Creepypasta edition. And on top of that, since I already have one worked out and the other one isn't going to be too hard to work out, some non-MLP stuff is going to be part of Grimdark Month this year. And that's going to be my top 10 overrated and top 10 underrated creepypastas. So those are going to be fun, because I actually do like making tops lists. So until next time, probably Friday or Saturday, bye.